Hey guys, my name's Nate and I'm the Otter Outdoorsman, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the Cairn box subscription service. So I want to start this off by saying this is not a sponsored video. My entire Cairn subscription box series is not a sponsored series. First off, as a YouTuber, if it is a sponsored video, I have to disclose that. But, or if I'm given stuff, I have to disclose that. This has all been paid for by me. So, these opinions in this video are all mine and mine alone. And they haven't sent me any of this stuff. They haven't asked me to do this. This is me wanting to share my opinions with you guys, because I have been asked frequently, is the Cairn subscription service worth it? And I may mispronounce in my previous videos the word Cairn, C-A-I-R-N, frequently. I mispronounce it for multiple reasons. One, I live around Boston, and there's a wonderful joke about people that live around Boston, which is we have a bunch of people that mispronounce words. My R placement is wonderful. But anyways, there's some other reasons why I mispronounce words, but it's another story for another day. But anyway, so long story short, is it worth it? I'll get into the nitty gritty as the video goes on, but is it worth it? To me, yes. It is definitely worth it to me. And here's the thing with subscription boxes. Not everyone is going to be happy with every box, no matter which subscription box you get. Period. It doesn't matter if it is a Cairn box, a Pocket box, Battle box, Loot Crate, trying to think of some other ones that are out there, but pretty much any subscription box of any genre that are monthly, it doesn't matter. Now, I wanted to get this out here because of how I was doing basically my review and my analysis of it. So recently, for the longest time, at least when I joined in, it was a $25 monthly payment base to get the thing. They recently upped it, I think last month of when I recorded it, I think, so that was about May-ish. In June, they upped it to about $5. So it's now $29.95. If you were already a subscriber, you could lock in your price that you were paying for up to another year, which is something I did. Because I do these videos and I like the content, I did that so I could save some money. But, so I actually adjusted my analysis for that price. And I actually retroactively did my analysis, and you'll see what I mean in a little bit. And with that price, it's still definitely worth it. One of the things that they do is you can pay for it monthly, which is the base price, which is now $20.95, or when I started doing it, which was about $25. And then 6-month period, they did, when I did it, a 3-month period, but basically a 6-month period or a year. And each subsequent one, you get a discount on it. So it's a couple bucks cheaper each month, more you do it. And very much, if you're interested in buying it, go for at least the 6-month. I'm now doing the year subscription, but that's me. But anyways, so I kind of wanted to show some of the stuff that I've gotten. So often people ask, is it worth it? Is it not? So I tend to get, so some boxes are hits, some boxes are misses. In it, you tend to get a lot of really, you tend to get a mix of stuff. You tend to get, what I like to say is you get a big ticket item, so you get a big piece of gear. You get a smaller trinkety item, sometimes something like a something like soap, or a small gadget like a spoon, which I should have actually grabbed because actually I use that spoon frequently, or like something like a plastic, like a camp spoon, or sometimes like skincare stuff or something like that. And then sometimes you get food. I'll put on the end cards, I'll put my playlist in my video, but basically it's a big ticket item, some smaller items, and then food. And then you also get a card with a discount item. And generally speaking, my favorite items are always the big ticket items. So I kind of ran around, I tried to grab what I could find, because a lot of the stuff that I picked up, or a lot of my stuff that I've had, are kind of scattered to the wind around my house because it depends on the items. Some of them are actually frequently in use. Some of the items I couldn't grab were my like my gloves I got from a company called Craft. I actually have gloves that I got from them that I use constantly. I use constantly during the winter, and they're actually with one of my jackets that's in my girlfriend's car right now, and she's at work at the moment. And I couldn't find my socks. They're just mixed in with all my other socks right now, and I couldn't find them. I think they're either in with my dirty camping equipment, or so I just couldn't locate some of my clothes. So I just grabbed some of the big ticket items that I liked. So actually I think I got it in my first box, is from Power Practical. And it's their Power Practical Lithium 4400. And it's also a lantern. This thing not only introduced me to a company that I shop from for a lot of my power stuff and lights, but this gets a crap ton of use for me. And this is, ever since I got it in my first box, has been with me on almost all my camping trips, and is about the price of the box itself at the time of when I got the box. And actually a majority of the stuff that I have here are either the price of the box when you got the box or more. This has been with me on every camping trip, and I use it to charge my cell phones. I even use it sometimes when I go on day trips, just into the city, or when I want to have an extra battery pack with me. This thing comes in handy. I now have like 4 different battery packs, but this one still goes with me a lot of times because it's so light. It's an extra light. It's a nice little emergency battery pack. So this has been one of my favorite items I got through the Cairn box. Another one was actually, it's by Gobi Gear, and it's called Saggy Sack. This one's actually pretty cool. I got it a while back, and it's basically a compression sack that is segmented. Now, I use this all the time when I go camping. I use it so I can segment out my clothing, and pretty cool. Another thing I got in the Cairn box. Actually, I ended up looking into Gobi Gear and finding out about Gobi Gear through the Cairn box, into they actually have one with compression straps, and buying those as well, just like I did with the Power Practical. Another cool thing, also about the price of the box. Another thing about, not not the price of the box, but after everything's been said and done, in the box about the same price. So this is made with Peregrine. It's a kind of like a tote bag. I use this a lot when I need a lightweight tote bag in my kit, or when I need an additional one. I love having these things because it keeps my pack organized. So I use this all. So I don't use it as much because it's on the thinner side, but I use this for some of my camping trips if I need an additional pack. So it's kind of my backup one, or when I just need to lighten up my kit. This is definitely one of my other favorite ones I had. A recent one was the one by Mazama Designs, their Axe 2-liter thing. Seriously, subscription box that gives you a water reservoir. And at the time that you got the box, this was about like $30, $40. With all the other stuff that was in the box. Now, I saved kind of the last two that I have, just kind of a quick show and tell for what I've got in the box throughout my time for this review. These two were, at the time when this was $25, the price of, or significantly more than the price of the box itself. One was a very recent thing, actually, as the price at the time of shooting this, 2 months prior, which was the Saggy Sack system. Love this thing. This is going to be going on with me a lot, though its storage place is actually going to be sitting on the shelf, but whenever I want to take it out, it will come with me. But it's home. Instead of storing with all my other hammock equipment, is actually going to be on the shelf just because it looks better than most of my other hammock stuff. But yeah, so those ones I took out. I liked it. It's a nice light hammock system. I love these straps if they were just a little bit longer. If you had read my Gear Bites blog on that. But the price of those were about $40 if I bought them myself, not including all the other stuff that I'd gotten in the Cairn box. And I left the last, but not least, my favorite thing that I ever got in a Cairn box, which is the Cotopaxi Luzon 18-liter backpack, which is a backpack that I have basically. And I'll try and put cards, not cards, I'll try and put cards up, like over here, for these products if you want to go check them out separately. This is my favorite item I got in a Cairn box ever. This has become my travel backpack, and this retails at like $40. And was $60 when this box came out, and it went down in price with but yeah, my favorite backpack. And often, like with the Saggy hammock and this, they made special colors for the box. And this is my favorite backpack for travel, because it packs into itself and becomes like this tiny little package. But enough kind of geeking out over some of my favorite gear. There's some other items like human. I got like a human gear like dual spoon spork thing that folds into itself. I wasn't sure if I'd be using that, but I ended up using that constantly. I forgot to bring it in here. But anyways, so I kind of want to talk about price. So I mentioned the price of them, how it used to be $25 and now it is $28.8, and when I had the discount, I was paying about $23 about, and I was rough guesstimating there, because bill price wasn't kind of sitting up there. So I kind of wrote down a number, and I was able to figure it out, and I put it down. So I cataloged all the items that I had gotten in the Cairn boxes, and I cataloged them out, researched them, and found the best price I could online. How much it would be if I had bought each item in the Cairn boxes individually. And I'll put a graph up somewhere on the screen, possibly over my face. And that price came to $763.67. And this goes from, I think it's January 2016 to June of 2017. And then what I ended up paying in total was $396.10 in total. Now, if I had paid monthly with the old price at $25, I would have been paying $425. And now with the new price, I'd be paying $509.15. And with the new discount price for 6 months, which is a discount off of the $29.95, you would have gotten off of this gear, because this is just how much comparatively, this is how much you're paying over that amount of time. Comparatively to that, it would be $480.25, and for the 12-month period is $466.65. So it's a comparison to see how much you would have spent versus how much you got in gear. So kind of just a comparison, how much you got in gear versus how much you spent versus how much you got in gear. Now, the big question is, how much of that gear do you use? I use a good amount of it. Some of it I don't fully use, some of it kind of gets shelved and I use as needed. But that's because of how I am. Some of it I could have traded off. I know some people who would have used it who would have traded off or gifted it off a lot more readily than I would have. Me, I kind of one of those people who go, I could find a use for this, and I stash it in my equipment trunk or on my equipment shelf. That's my personality. I know a lot of people, a lot of my friends who would have then went, oh, I know someone who would like this and gift it off immediately, or I know some YouTubers who would have put it into a giveaway and given it away. It's all personal preference. Now, sometimes when I talk about the box, sometimes I get some feedback, which is, I'd rather just take that money and buy gear that I want. And my response to that is, okay. Honestly, if that's what you want to do, cool. I do this. I do the subscription box services. I look at it this way. If you want to just buy gear and you know what gear you want, go for it. The reason I like doing the subscription boxes myself, and this is kind of its main point, especially with the Cairn boxes, is it gets a lot of different brands in front of me. I don't have a lot of time in front of me. I don't have a lot of time. My professional life and my personal life are pretty busy. And having the Cairn subscription box gives me two things. It gives me, one, a gift to myself every month. And 2, it gives me an opportunity to see different gear that's been curated by someone who does have time to research different products. And often it will allow me to generate more content as a YouTuber. It'll give me opportunities to generate more content for my viewers, and find new products to show off to my viewers, such as Power Practicals Luminoodles that I found out through the Power Practical Lithium 440 or 4400, Sarah Hammocks, other pieces of gear that I've found like this, the Saggy Sacks. I mean, various bits of gear that I found would allow me to generate content. Other ways, if you're just someone who isn't like me, it's a cool way to find new gear, and get new gear that you may not have seen or may not known you need. One of the other items I forgot to mention that I use, I completely overlooked, is my arcade belt that I got. And I completely blanked on that because it was in April, and I wear that whenever I go out in the woods. Can't believe I forgot about that. Sometimes you just get items that you need and you don't expect through the box. So all of that's kind of a long way of saying, to me, is the Cairn box subscription service worth it? Yes. Yes, it is. And if for whatever reason I decided to stop doing these videos, I would most likely continue buying them. And as I said, this is not sponsored in any way. This is just me, a person who's bought the Cairn box, the Cairn subscription box, and a person who just bought the Cairn subscription box and wanted to give you guys my opinion on it and give you guys my review on it, because I know it's been something that people have been wanting. Anyways, my name's Nate. I'm the Otter Outdoorsman. I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. I hope I've been clear with it. If you have any questions, please let me know. You guys have a good day. Remember, get out in the woods and have some fun. I sure have been. See you guys.